Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Emily here from Phoenix Gateway. A very big warm welcome into 2023. A beautiful auspicious day to come back and start doing readings again. I've taken a hiatus for a good month. Or close to anyway, and just spending time with my family, and I've had a lot going on within my immediate family and my home, which has been really beautiful and has needed my attention. But I have everything is coming to fruition, which is really great. You may hear my granddaughter in the background. She may be yelling or something. So she's currently, they're now living with me. So it's coming back to having kids around, which really is lovely, even though I babysit her anyway. Now it's keeping me on my toes, that little bit more, but such a beautiful energy to have around, that's for sure. A little Aquarian herself, and she can really let you know that she's here. So first off, I am going to be reading from my Sacred Geometry Healing card deck, and there's not many copies around at the moment. I have none left in stock, but I still have a number of the first edition, which you can purchase from me. The other thing I just like to talk about are my liquid alchemy in a bottle, which have been created to nurture, balance, and heal mind, body, and soul. And these are a beautiful complementary therapy. They all are based on frequency, and with this frequency, of course, you can ingest it, or you can put it in your food, in your water. You can carry the bottle around. You could sleep with the bottle. There's a whole different ways that you can work with it. And if you go onto my website, www.phoenixgateway.com.au, on the home page, you'll actually be able to download a PDF on my frequencies, and it gives you a lot more information on how you can work with those divine frequencies. Okay, so I thought this is the absolute right time to start bringing through my readings again. We are today on a new moon in Aquarius, and from everything I have read, it is a really auspicious time and day. It is about planting the seed, what it is that we are here to bring to fruition. I feel for many, if not most, or all of us, we have all gone through some form of change, in particular in the last couple of years, and it has been very deliberate to create this change. It's also understanding that really change is the only constant. It's the only permanency that we have within our world. And whether we like it or not, change is there. Better or worse, it is change. And I feel for a lot of people, for those that I've worked with in healings and readings as well, you can also, just so you know, I do healings and readings. I can do it via Zoom or in person. And you can, again, find all those details on my website, www.phoenixgateway.com.au. But what I have really found is there are those that are awakening and really going through a very big shift in awareness or consciousness. And then there are those who are already understanding, their path, like they're been on a path, but have found that, the energies have changed so dramatically in the last couple of years that it's really taken on a big shift in direction. I know for me, not that it's necessarily a big shift in direction, because the seed was already planted, and I felt like it really important. This was the last template I ever created. It's not part of either of my decks, but it's called Seed of the Soul, which is seed of the eternal existence. And this was created back in 2018, and I did this having channeled a whole heap of information back in 2017 going into 2018, which also led to me taking my very first trip to Egypt. And I am going to bring some more information onto that as well, because I'm running a tour with Yosef Uyan in October of this year, and it is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to be putting that up this week. I just got to get it up on the website and finalize a few details, and yeah, it will all be done. I just want to say Bob's your uncle. So it will all be done. So I'm really, really, really excited. The transition, the shift in which we are going through, there's so much snake energy here as well, because a snake is all about transformation. It is about that shift in awareness, in consciousness. It is transformation. It is the shedding of the old and releasing that outdated stuff as we bring in so much of what is new. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. Change is the only permanency. Okay, and we don't always like change, but it is inevitable. And how we, what we see this change to be will be up to how we perceive things. And when we can start changing the way we look at things, the things we look at change. Something Wayne Dyer said, and it's one of those few quotes that I just love to repeat, because it's simple, but it is so, so true. Okay, so this, you can find it also on my website. You can read up about it. It goes more into the sacred geometry aspects of it, but there is so much depth to this, and I will explain more of that in time to come as well. So without further ado, let's take some cards for this week with the new moon here on the 22nd. It will be 21st, 22nd, depending where you are. Oh, sorry, is it 22nd? No, that's correct. 21st, 22nd. 22nd here was, I think, like 7:30 a.m. Sydney time. Excuse me. Okay. First card to come flying through is the 396, one of the solfeggio frequencies. 396 is all about releasing. This is all about change, because firstly 3 plus 9 plus 6, it actually compounds to the number 9. It's an 18, which is a 9. 9 is all about endings, completion. So we're going in to change, but the change comes because it's telling us it's time now to let go of any fear or guilt that you have held on to, because it really is a wasted emotion energy in flow. Okay, we need to let go of any fears. We're not here to live in fear. We're here to bring ourselves in to a divine space of love, and love is one of the, if not the most, is the strongest frequency we can actually work with. So when we're working with the aspect of fear, and fear can come in different forms for each one of us, this is bringing our vibration down. It lowers it right down. Okay, and so does guilt. Guilt, why do we hold on to guilt? It's past. We're not part of that past anymore. We're not part of that old paradigm. It's about bringing in the new. And I highly recommend either working with my solfeggio frequency, because I have the 396 as a lab as well. Also, you can go onto YouTube or Spotify, and you can download music that pertains to the 396 solfeggio frequency. So it's time to shift, shift that fear, shift any guilt that you may be holding on to or harboring. And you might find too, when you're sitting in that state of being, you could also find that you're getting a lot of back issues or lower extremity issues as well, because you're really weakening the foundations. because you're sitting in those energies that are just so low. Okay, can we have a few more cards? Or I usually like to let them fall out, even though my daughter always says, oh, you just let them fall. But it's really good. So I'm going to pull them because I don't think they want to come out. Okay. Metatron's cube. Okay. First and foremost, if you feel you need some guidance and assistance, call upon Metatron himself. Okay. And ask for that guidance that you are looking for to assist you in pulling yourself out if you feel yourself stuck in any aspect of guilt or fear, or any aspect of your past that just no longer serves you. Okay, Metatron's cube is the all. It is the Akashic records. It is the final stage of creation story when we see from the fruit of life to create Metatron's cube. Okay, within this we have 78 lines. The lines are the masculine joining up to the feminine, which are the 13 spheres that are within this particular shape. So you're bringing together balance and harmony within your your field. And what you're also then doing is reconnecting to that knowledge, that esoteric knowledge, and that knowledge and wisdom that has been sitting within your cellular memory. So, when we start to create that balance and, let go of the old to bring in the new, we allow ourselves to shift and activate other aspects of self that are so important. This one fell, and this is definitely one of my most favorite cards on my deck. It is Love Frequency. I am actually going to read it both ways because firstly, it's all about the self-love and self-nurturing that we're bringing into ourselves. This is definitely coming as we're letting go of these lower-based energies. But it's not just that. It's about, I feel it is two things. It's about a mirror of ourselves, okay, or three things. It's the mirror of self. It's also, I feel this week, being mindful of, what is it that we are expressing ourselves onto others, or that we are thinking about of others. What aspect of self is it showing us? But the other thing is, I really feel that for some, it's also about attracting love into your life. I really feel there's a very good possibility that you may find, you may attract a partner into your life. You may actually even find, for those who are partnered, that, you're finding that your relationship is actually going to next level. Love that card. It's one of my most favorite cards of all. But I also look at it, when we look at this card, it's the Vesica Pisces. And within the middle, which is the middle, there you see, okay, this is light, this is consciousness. And it's also saying that we are going to that next level of consciousness as well. Interesting. The bottom of the deck there is the heart, okay, the octahedron. I might just pull that out. Oh my goodness. I'm actually going to, look at this. Okay, very, very big meaning. I'm actually going to pull these cards, I feel right, because we started here with the love frequency. We're going here to matters of the heart, okay? It's all about the expression of unconditional love. First and foremost, it has to come within. It is the self-love that we create, our self-worth, our self-love, our self-nurturing, okay? It's finding the joy and the happiness in everything we do. This is the icosahedron. The orange in the middle is the icosahedron, octahedron on the outer. It is that connection of the sacral to the heart. So it's the sacral and the feminine aspect on so many levels of us nurturing ourselves, okay? It's about loving ourselves, masculine, the man, woman, it doesn't matter who you are, okay? We all need love. We all desire, we all desire is not the right word to be using, but we all choose, you know, to be loved, to be nurtured, okay? And we need to all find that joy in all that we do, that happiness, and just being, you know, being able to be on your own and truly nurture that aspect of you, okay? And again, that the next card here, the 639, again, this is all about our relationship of self and to others. There is a very big message here about really looking after yourself, honoring you, loving you, finding that time for self-love, self-nurturing, self-care, all right? It's the mirror of all that we see. Go into nature and see and nurture that love. Remember, as I said before, it's always also about discernment and how we see things. So, you know, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. What are you seeing in nature? You know, what are you seeing? The beauty, because there is beauty in everything that we look at. It may, you know, right now I've got that that scene in The Matrix where Neo has gone through that full awakening aspect and he sees things so differently. And it's like, you know, he's rubbing his eyes because he's not being able to, you know, he's seeing things in a much different light than what he was seeing before. And this is what is happening. This week is showing us in particular, you know, we're coming into a very different light. We're coming into the age of Aquarius. We are coming in, you know, this is no longer about having to be controlled and to be told every step of the way how you have to do something. You have to, as the Aquarian does. You know, we're like that black sheep. We go off, we find, we you know, we love to create and invent, and we love to, you know, do what nurtures our souls. And this is where we're at. We're going to do what nurtures our souls. We're going to bring in that self-love, that self-worth, that self-nurturing aspect on every single level, finding the joy and happiness in everything we do and everything that surrounds us. And you know what? As you start to change your perception, as you start to change the way you look at your life, and those small things around you, oh my God, things are going to turn around big time for you. Absolutely, absolutely. I think one more card and we'll leave it at that. Okay, so can I have one more card, please? And thank you, to finish off this beautiful reading. And it keeps dropping. Yeah. And you know what? It finishes off with our nurturing. This is the sacral. This is what we are bringing in, you know, the creation here. With the creativity, the nurturing, the birthing center. Masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. But we are here to step into our feminine more so now than ever. It is about the feminine of what we're here to birth. Whether it be on a physical or esoteric or energetically, okay? It is our ability to create, to love, to nurture, and love. Love is everything. This is the most beautiful of all when it comes to energy within our world. And this is what we're here to create. And if each and every one of us actually steps in to our power and we step into our self-love, our self-nurturing, and what we're here to self-create, or with ourselves and with others, can you imagine how that domino effect is going to be and how it's going to change each and every one of us in a very big way? This is absolutely beautiful. And the bottom of the deck is the 741. So there's a few solfeggios that have come through, but the 741 is, you know, it's time for our self-expression, and it's time to release all toxicity that no longer serves us. Have an absolutely amazing week wherever you are. I look forward to speaking with you soon. I am going to be bringing out my information very, very soon. Or this week it will be on the tour to Egypt, and that is with Youssef Oyan for October 2023. It will all be self-explanatory as well, because it's all going to be on my website, and I am actually going to be doing it in conjunction with Phoenix Gateway, but I have birthed Seed of the Soul as another business name because it just seems so fitting for this time now. Okay, so big love to everybody, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.